This special edition of the broadcast over the course of the next 30 minutes will be updating you on everything that's been happening around the world. Rebels reportedly have killed at least 14 United Nations peacekeepers and wounded 53 others in Congo. The United Nations Deputy Secretary General for Peacekeeping has said that the attack targeted troops from Tanzania and a possible response to the peacekeeping mission's disruption of rebel activity in the region. Among those who have been killed are 5 Congolese soldiers. Suspected terrorists from the Allied Democratic Forces also staged an assault on a base for Congo's United Nations mission in the town of Simuliki. New allegations of sexual misconduct have come out against Hollywood actor Kevin Spacey, and this time it is the King of Norway's former son-in-law who has accused Kevin Spacey of groping him after a Nobel Peace Prize concert. The King, named Ari Bain, has told a radio station that the incident took place when Spacey had hosted the event in 2007. These are fresh allegations after multiple men have accused the House of Cards starrer Spacey of sexual abuse and harassment. "14 people have been injured after an Israeli aircraft attacked Hamas's military facilities in the Gaza Strip in response to rocket attacks. The rocket fire continued for a second night since the US President Donald Trump's statement on Wednesday recognizing Jerusalem as the Israeli capital. His declaration has sent shockwaves throughout the region, and Gaza's Islamist Hamas rulers have called for a Palestinian uprising. The Gaza security officials have said that the targets were in the northern Gaza Strip, but the Israeli army has said that it holds Hamas responsible for all attacks originating from the territory that it controls. Hundreds of Muslims attended Friday prayers in front of the White House to protest President Donald Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. The worshippers wore traditional Palestinian scarves or the colors of the Palestinian flag. They were angered by the president's decision of recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital. A Salvadorian court has postponed the ruling of one of the country's most controversial cases. 34-year-old Carmen Vasquez says that she suffered a stillbirth but was wrongly imprisoned for murdering her child. Abortion is outlawed in El Salvador even in cases of rape and incest. Carmen is thought to be one of the many women who are put behind bars due to this law. The US Supreme Court has blocked the release of documents concerning US President Donald Trump's decision to overturn DACA, which is also known as the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, that shields thousands of young adults who were brought into the country illegally as children. Now, the decision to overturn DACA was announced in September and will come into effect at the end of this year. Around 190 migrants headed to Europe were rescued off the coast of Tripoli on Friday. The migrants were escorted to Tripoli Naval Base to receive medical care, and the migrants were travelling in 2 different boats. The United Nations Migration Agency aims to evacuate 15,000 migrants from Libya by the end of this year. The Ukrainian police have recaptured the former president of Georgia, Mikhail Saakashvili, on Friday, leading to more protests in Kiev. His supporters had freed him from police custody earlier this week. The Saakashvili had become a regional governor in Ukraine in 2015 at Poroshenko's invitation, but they later fell out. He now faces allegations of supporting a criminal organization, and Saakashvili denies the allegations that have been leveled against him that he was planning to stage a coup in Kiev on the sponsorship by Moscow. A 21-year-old man shot and killed 2 students at the Aztec High School in New Mexico on Thursday. The shooter had previously been investigated by the FBI for online comments about planning a mass shooting. The shooting occurred shortly after 8 a.m. on Thursday at the Aztec High School Atchison disguised himself as a student and then entered the school early on Thursday morning. He reportedly killed 2 students before shooting himself. Polish lawmakers have approved an overhaul of the judiciary, giving Parliament de facto control over the selection of judges in defiance of the European Union. The legislation, if agreed by the Senate and President Andrzej Duda, will heighten tensions with the European Union, which has threatened legal action over proposed reforms. The Polish lawmakers argue the judiciary needs to be changed to repair a corrupt system and also make courts more efficient. The European Union says that giving politicians a say in appointing judges will threaten the impartiality of the courts. A freight train derailed in New Jersey on Friday, overturning cars on the tracks near the Union Station and causing delays to transit lines. The empty train, which came off the tracks at roughly at about 1:30 p.m. local time, caused the suspension in both directions of New Jersey Transit's line. Some nearby businesses and homes were evacuated as a precaution, but there were no reports of any injuries or chemical releases. And also, according to the local media, the incident's cause is under probe. An Italian artist known as Milo has recently finished a staggering piece of mural art stretching 46 meters on a Shanghai building site. After 14 days of work, the artist has also painted another 3 works on walls around Shanghai during this month-long stay. The Milo, whose real name is Francesco Camillo, has left his mark on more than 20 countries around the world with his large-scale mural paintings. A strong cold front brought a snowstorm recently to parts of northern and central Mexico that haven't witnessed any snowfall in several decades. The snow affected traffic along highways in northern Mexico, leaving hundreds of vehicles stranded in mountainous regions. While some local residents took advantage of the weather, throwing snowballs and visiting parks to view the snow-covered scenery, others were reportedly stuck in traffic. Well, to some national news now, and Gujarat goes to polls today for the first phase of the assembly elections that is being held in 89 seats of Saurashtra and South Gujarat regions. There are as many as 977 candidates in the fray. The second phase of the high-stakes election, with the BJP making a bid for a 5th term and the Congress attempting an electoral revival, will be held on the 14th of December. After a campaign that often turned bitter, around 2.12 crore voters are expected to exercise their franchise in Prime Minister Modi's home turf to choose between the ruling BJP and the Congress. Prominent candidates who are in the fray for today's battle include Chief Minister Vijay Rupani, who is contesting from Rajkot, and Congress's Shakti Singh Gohil and Paresh Dhanani. BSP leader and newly elected Meerut Mayor Sunita Verma on Friday categorically stated that national song Vande Mataram will not be sung ahead of the board meetings, while topping the ex-mayor's order that made singing Vande Mataram at meetings a must. The Verma said that as per the constitution of the municipal board, national anthem Jana Gan Man will be sung before the meetings and not the national song. The Vice President Venkaiah Naidu on the 7th of December apparently had questioned as to why there were objections to singing Vande Mataram, which meant salute to the motherland. And just hours after Delhi government cancelled the license of Shalimar Bagh branch of the Max Hospital for erroneously declaring a newborn dead, the Max Healthcare has termed the decision as harsh and unfair. The hospital, in a statement issued after the Delhi government's order, has said that holding the hospital responsible was unfair and will severely limit the ability of patients to access treatment. The Delhi Health Minister Satyendra Jain, in a press conference earlier on Friday afternoon, had announced that the license of the hospital stands cancelled due to the negligence that's been exhibited by the hospital in giving treatment to the patients. As Tamil Nadu Deputy Chief Minister O. Selvam strengthens his grip over the party after getting back the twin leaves election symbol, there is fresh trouble that has emerged for him. A diary that's been seized by the income tax officials during the raids on the properties belonging to the sand mine Baron Sekhar Reddy has thrown up some names of people who received payoffs, and the names include that of Paneera Selvam. Some people also see the development in the context of the political rivalry between Chief Minister E. Palanisamy and his deputy O. Paneera Selvam. An AR-ADMK leader has said that there can never be peace between EPS and OPS. The CBI on Friday told the Delhi High Court that the Indian Overseas Bank officials have acted in a hurried manner to facilitate a woman related to former Union Minister P. Chidambaram to allegedly grab a hotel in Tamil Nadu. But Justice Mukta Gupta had further told the officials of a public sector bank had gone ahead with the auction of the Tirupur-based hotel as the then Finance Minister's family members wanted to acquire it. The court was hearing a plea that was filed by K. Karthik Vail, a doctor by profession who was running the hotel in partnership with his associates including Padmini, sister of Chidambaram's wife. Jammu and Kashmir's Deputy Chief Minister Nirmal Singh on Friday said that the Rohingya Muslims were a threat to security in the state as they were prone to the sinister designs of the terrorists in the border state. Nirmal Singh, who heads the group of ministers on Rohingya Muslims, has said that they will be deported, but in consonance with the dynamics of the security and communal situation in the state. Thousands of Rohingyas have fled the persecution and military crackdown in the native Rakhine province in Myanmar over the last 2 years and have taken refuge in neighbouring countries such as Bangladesh and India. Currently, around 40,000 Rohingya Muslims are living illegally in India, with around 7,000 reported to be in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. The Supreme Court on Friday has agreed to examine the constitutional validity of a colonial-era law on adultery which punishes only the man, even though the woman with whom he's had consensual sex may be an equal partner in the entire incident. Now, the top court also has said that if the husband gives consent for sexual intercourse between his wife and another man, then it nullifies the offence of adultery and turns the woman into a commodity, which goes against the principle of gender justice and constitutional mandate of right to equality. Now, the offence of adultery entails punishment of up to 5 years in jail or also a fine or both for a person who is caught indulging in adultery. Now, in a move that might discourage people from using public transportation and increase the number of vehicles on Bengaluru roads, Nama Metro has introduced fees for luggage. The Bangalore Metro Railway Corporation Limited will now ask passengers to pay a fee of ₹30 for each unit of baggage other than a handbag. The notice does not give any specifications about the size of the baggage for which the commuters will be charged. Hadia, the 24-year-old woman who's in the eye of the recent controversy over her marriage to Shafeen Jahan, has met him at the Salem College. The meeting was recorded by CCTV cameras that were placed in the room. The Shafeen Jahan said that the meeting was extremely emotional as the two were meeting after many months. The meeting lasted for over 2 hours. Hadia's husband, Shafeen Jahan, said that there was no objection from anyone as the court had allowed Hadia to meet whomsoever that she wants. As the wait for the fisherman who had gone missing in Cyclone Oki continues, Kerala's political leaders are still facing heat from the fishing community over lapses in the rescue and rehabilitation activities. On Friday, Finance Minister Thomas Isaac was reportedly blocked by residents of Adimalatura near the coastal area of Villenium in Thiruvananthapuram. The fishermen are demanding that compensation be awarded by the state government to the families of the victims be increased from ₹20 lakhs for those who died and to ₹5 lakhs for those who have been injured in Cyclone Oki.